Welcome to the fight of the week. I'm Don Dunphy, your ringside commentator. Tonight's 10-rounder from the Kentucky Fair and Exposition Center in Louisville, Kentucky, brings together Cassius Clay, 1960 Olympic boxing champion from Louisville, and experienced Alonzo Johnson of Rankin, Pennsylvania. The 19-year-old Clay has made a great start as a professional. He's won all 7 of his fights, 5 of them by knockouts. As an amateur, Clay won the 1960 Olympic light heavyweight, the National AAU light heavyweight, and the Golden Gloves heavyweight crowns. Now his sights are on bigger game. Johnson, 26 years old, was born in Aberdeen, Mississippi. He's a tough, hardy campaigner whose record shows wins over Nino Valdez and Tony Anthony. In 26 bouts, he has won 19 and lost 7. He shows 6 knockouts and has never been stopped. Johnson is 5 feet 11 and a half, while Clay stands 6 feet 2 and a half. At the State Athletic Board weigh-in this morning, Clay came in at 192 and a half, while Johnson was 189. In just a few minutes, a 10-round heavyweight fight between Cassius Clay and Alonzo Johnson will get underway. Well, we're almost ready to go here in Louisville, so let's get up into the ring, and the ring announcer, George Lewis.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is a William H. King presentation. The ring officials are assigned here by the Kentucky State Athletic Board of Control, Bob Evans, Commissioner. Your judges are Harlow Edwards and Walter Beck. Your timekeeper, Ed Roby. Counting at the knockdown, Soldier Buck. Your attending physician, J.P. Sutherland. And your referee, Don Asbury. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. 10 rounds of boxing, and presenting from Louisville, Kentucky, weighing 192 and a half pounds, Cassius Clay. And his opponent from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, weighing 189 pounds, Alonzo Johnson.
Alonzo, you both know what it's all about. So let's have a good, clean fight. Watch your hip punching and holding. Don't hold with one hand, hit with the other one. When I say break, break clean. The mandatory 8 counts in effect. Man goes down 3 times in 1 round, fight's over. If you go down once, you must take the count of 8. Shake hands now, come out fighting. Good luck to both.
Scoring here in Louisville, the 5-point must system. The winner of the round gets 5 points. The loser, anything less, even rounds, each man gets 5. It's an 18-foot ring, and they're wearing 8-ounce gloves. A 10-round to the bell for round 1. Clay in the white trunks, Johnson in the black trunks. You're going to see a fast fighter in Cassius Clay. Clay has great speed, quick hands. He figures to double and triple jab his man. Johnson has been in with the best. Johnson told us he was going to press Clay. Clay is a good counter puncher. He's not been landing with the right hand, Clay hasn't, but he has been pumping that left in hard. There goes a good right. Johnson is trying to corner him.
Left hand, left hand. In the guts, in the guts.
John Asbury, the referee, getting them apart. Johnson's main hope at the moment seems to be for the youngster to make a mistake. One minute to go in round one. Note the rapidity and the dexterity of Clay's left hand. Sometimes starts it out as a jab and turns it into a hook. However, up on his toes as he is, he's not getting much punching power. Johnson is the more flat-footed of the two to give him power. Ten seconds to go in round one. There's the bell. Coming up to round two here in Louisville, Kentucky. Cassius Clay, white trunks, Alonzo Johnson in black. We get close enough, you'll see that Johnson's face is well smeared with Vaseline. Although it may rub off by the time we see it if he turns this way. Johnson has his back to us. Now Clay is going flat-footed to hit a little harder. He's getting more power in his punches. Somebody behind us is yelling, Alonzo's an old man. He'll be 27 years old in September. Or rather, November. Clay apparently has a superabundance of energy. Less than a minute to go in round two. Johnson working the body to slow down his faster opponent. Those long right hands of Clay are landing, but without too much steam. He's got no follow-through on them. Johnson equalizing things a little bit there. There's the bell ending round 2. A good round. The crowd liked it. Back to the corner with Cassius Clay. Facing him is Angelo Dundee, the well-traveled trainer of fighters. He goes all over. On the outside is Solomon McTeer with the towel over his head. He was Ingemar Johansson's sparring partner for a while. And on the right-hand side is Rudy Clay, the brother of Cassius, who is an amateur fighter. Meanwhile, on the other side of the ring, we have Alonzo Johnson. Facing him and wiping off the face and maybe putting some more Vaseline on is manager Mike Bazone, who's also the cut man in the corner. Leaning in from the outside, a familiar figure, Bob Baker. Once rated heavyweight, he was number 2 contender for a while. A great boxer, Mr. Bob was. And the other man in the corner is Andy Tutter, carrying the pail out now. As we come up for round 3 here in the Kentucky Exposition Hall. Round 3, Cassius Clay, the white trunks, comes out a little bit like Hurricane Jackson used to. Alonzo Johnson in the black. There's the grease on Johnson's face. Well, Johnson caught him leaning that time. Don Asbury, the referee. It's a 10-round bout, and Johnson is biding his time, apparently. 1 minute to go in round 3. Clay is undefeated, but he's never fought anyone of the caliber of Johnson. Johnson himself has never been knocked out. Ten seconds to go in round 3. There's the bell. Round 4, Cassius Clay, the white trunks, Alonzo Johnson in black. That exchange in Johnson's corner, the best of the fight. just too fast for Johnson. Round 4 is half over. Now Clay is putt-shotting his man. .45 seconds left in the round. Johnson down. And there's the mandatory 8 count. He bounced right up. He claims it's not a knockdown. And the referee says no knockdown. The referee first started to count, and then decided it was no knockdown. Johnson was off balance, but he was hit, too. There's the bell ending round 4. The referee taking Clay back to his corner. John Asbury was also a fighter, amateur and pro, and was the all-Navy heavyweight champion and the Kentucky heavyweight champion quite a few years ago. Don Asbury, the referee. There's a crowd of 7,100 here tonight, one of the largest crowds to see a fight here in many years. Round 5, Cassius Clay, the white trunks, Alonzo Johnson in black. No question but that Clay has dominated the fight during the first 4 rounds, mostly with his speed, but Johnson is winging away. Clay's corner is yelling to him to hook. Throw the left hook. He leans pretty well back from punches, Alonzo, rather, Cassius Clay does. However, leaning is considered dangerous, too. If you get tagged in that position, you might go out. One minute to go in round 5. Turning it on now, as you see. Ten seconds to go in round 5. Coming up to round 6 here in Louisville, and Cassius Clay in the white trunks. As the bell rings, Alonzo Johnson in black, and if Johnson is running out of gas, which he seems to be, it is going to be a very rough evening for the young man from Rankin, Pennsylvania. Clay's from Louisville. There have been no official knockdowns in the fight. Johnson went down in the 4th round, but it was ruled no knockdown. First time, Clay shows signs of maybe getting a little bit weary. Johnson still beating the body as hard as he can. Pretty hot all over the country tonight, and that goes for Louisville, and these young men are fighting under very, very hot conditions here. Not calculated to help their stamina any. Clay definitely has slowed down. Less than half a minute left in the round. Round 6 almost over. There's the bell. Round 7. Cassius Clay, the white trunks, has dominated the fight so far. Johnson in black. My unofficial opinion, I would guess that if Johnson were going to win, it's got to be by a knockout. The body punching of Johnson could be taking its toll on Clay now. The young man doesn't look as sharp as he did earlier. His punches haven't got that early zip. Johnson has not been able to land a big one to the head, however. Clay has landed many up there. 1 minute to go in round 7. Call that a knockdown. Nope. That's the second non-knockdown. 10 seconds to go in round 7. There's the bell. No official knockdowns in the fight so far. Play pretty far ahead. Johnson is finally using a left jab. Round 8 about half over. Terribly hot under these ring lights here in Louisville. Both fighters apparently affected by it. There's the bell ending round 8. Over in Cassius Clay's corner, facing him is Angelo Dundee, as I told you earlier, the well-traveled trainer. You saw him in many of the famous fights of Carmen Basilio in Carmen's corner, also with Luis Rodriguez. And 2 weeks from tonight, on August 5th, Angelo will be in the corner of Florentino Fernandez as he tries to lift the middleweight crown from the brow of Gene Fulmer in Ogden, Utah. And that fight, incidentally, will be on our fight of the week, but will be blacked out in the Ogden, Salt Lake City area. So that's 2 weeks from tonight. Next Saturday night, by the way, again, Emil Griffith in a non-title fight. He's the welterweight champion with Yama Bahama. We're coming up to round 9 here in Louisville, and at the end of round 8, many of the spectators were getting a little bit restless. Round 9, Cassius Clay, the white trunks. Alonzo Johnson in black. Clay still leaves himself off balance when he throws a long right hand. No knockdowns in the fight. You can hear the crowd calling for more action. One minute to go in round 9. Johnson is very, very tired, but Clay apparently doesn't have the punch to stop him. Seconds to go in round 9. There's the bell. Coming up to round 10, the bell is sounded. Referee Don Asbury has them touch gloves. Cassius Clay, the white trunks. Alonzo Johnson in black. On our unofficial scorecard, Clay is way ahead. There have been no knockdowns. The scene of the combat, the Kentucky Fair and Exposition Center in Louisville, Kentucky. A beautiful building. Johnson's real weary. Let's see what they call that. That's the third time Johnson's been down, but there have been no official knockdowns. A little more than a minute left to go in this fight. Johnson's having trouble lasting now. is exceptionally tired. About 40 seconds left. The crowd very pro-Clay here in Louisville, rooting for him to score a knockout. "20 seconds left. Well, there'll be no knockout. Only a few seconds left. There's the final bell. Alonzo Johnson cashes Clay, and we'll have the decision in just a minute. State Athletic Board Chairman Bob Evans is going over the cards on the left-hand side of the ring. Announcer George Lewis is reaching over, waiting for them. Scoring here in Louisville is on a 5-point must system. The winner of a round gets 5 points. The loser, anything less than 5, and even rounds are scored 5 points each. It was a one-sided fight. I don't think there's any question about that. We'll have the decision in just a moment. I guess we're about ready for George Lewis. He's checking the card of the referee, Don Asbury.
Referee Don Asbury, 50-44 Clay. Judge Harlow Edwards, 48-45 Clay. Judge Walter Beck, 48-47 Clay. And the winner by unanimous decision,
Cassius Clay, the winner. The more they announce it, the closer it got, however. Don Asbury apparently gave Clay every round. 10 rounds at 5 points each, 50-44 for Johnson. Harlow Edwards had it 48-45, and Willard Beck just had a squeaker, 48-47. Nevertheless, the unanimous decision for former Olympic heavyweight champion or light heavyweight champion of the AAU, Cassius Clay, who has now won 8 out of 8. Directed by Marshall Diskin. Associate Director Bill Lilling. Metcalf probably figures that Clay is 6 feet 2.5. There's so much to aim at. He just throws at the body and figures he'll hit something. Metcalf isn't getting in the solid punches to the head that Clay is. His punches to the head so far have been grazing punches, but not to the body. They've been hard. Clay, the good counter puncher. About a minute left in round 4. holding on for a change. Somebody's going to break an arm in there. There's the bell ending round 4. Referee Don Asbury talking to Gil Clancy, the trainer of Alex Metcalf. Incidentally, Asbury, a former fighter himself, was a good one. He was the All-Navy light heavyweight champion back in 1932. And now our referee Don Asbury is also a psychologist. He's got a degree in psychology. Here's something of interest to all sports fans. Saturday is Sports Day on ABC. The best in boxing, the best in bowling on Make That Spare after the fight. And NCAA football, the cream of the college crop. Next Saturday, it will be Michigan State University against the University of Michigan at Ann Arbor. And tomorrow, the American Football League television games are Buffalo at Houston and Dallas at Denver. Check your local paper for time and station on ABC, television's #1 network for sports. Round 5 here in Louisville. Cassius Clay, the white trunks, Alex Metcalf in black. Clay opens fast every round. He's a picture fighter. Metcalf, rugged and tough and game, as you can see. So far as we can see, Metcalf has not been cut. Clay has just been too fast for Metcalf most of the time. A minute and a half left in round 5 of a 10-rounder. Now Metcalf is very puffy around the left eye. There's a swelling there, and it looks as though it might close. One minute to go in round 5. Now there's a trickle of blood below the left eye of Alex Metcalf. Clay just outspeeding the veteran. 10 seconds to go in round 5. There's the bell. You never had it. Coming up to round 6 here in Freedom Hall at the Kentucky Exposition Center. Cassius Clay, the white trunks, Alex Metcalf in black. Metcalf, formerly from Argentina, now of New York City, weighing 210. Clay from Louisville weighs 188. Metcalf is pretty far behind in our estimation, and his hope is to get in a desperation punch. He's still a dangerous puncher, Metcalf is. Metcalf's left eye closing rapidly. Trickle of blood below it. That's Metcalf down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He doesn't know where he is. They're going to stop it, and they should. It's a knockout victory for Cassius Clay. That's Alex Metcalf. He went as far as he could. Flesh, blood, and sinews couldn't carry him any further. Cassius Clay comes over to commiserate with him. Howie Albert with the glasses and Gil Clancy, his trainer, wiping him off. A sudden surprise ending. There's a very happy Angelo Dundee talking with referee Don Asbury. Cassius Clay, Solomon McTeer, his very good friend, putting the robe on him. And Cassius Clay continues undefeated. He has now won 9 in a row and 6 by knockouts. I think this was his toughest bout so far, without any question. But after the third round, it was Clay just roaring and pulling away, showing a fine arsenal, a fine repertory of punches. Alex Metcalf is getting a hand as he comes over. Pats Clay on the shoulder. I guess Metcalf got hit with every punch in the book. A gamer fighter would have gone down earlier. He just ran out of gas. For a time in the second round, it seemed that Metcalf was taking command of the fight and was possibly going to win it. But Clay is a much better fighter than most people had figured for a young fellow of only 8 fights. There's Alex Metcalf. Roy Perry now wiping him off.
From Louisville, Kentucky, wearing white trunks, weighing 194.5 pounds, the former Olympic champion and undefeated as a professional, Cassius Clay. His opponent from Detroit, Michigan, wearing black trunks, he weighs 191.25 pounds, Sonny Banks.
Round 1, 10 rounds scheduled. Clay in the white trunks and Banks in black. If Banks does anything, it's figured to be early. He's a power puncher early in a fight. Clay is the most loquacious heavyweight since Jack Sharkey. He's ranked 9th by Ring Magazine. Banks is unranked. Banks' power mostly is in his right hand. Banks, by the way, making his first appearance on national TV. Clay has been on television twice. Banks is reputed to have quick hands, like Floyd Patterson. I say reputed to. We were seeing him for the first time ourselves. Ruby Goldstein, the referee. There goes Clay on the floor. He's got to take the mandatory 8 count. with great fighters like Marciano and Lewis, who also were down occasionally, but were great nevertheless. Banks came here to fight. So did Clay. Clay knows he can take no chances now with either hand of Banks. Less than 2 minutes to go in round two. Fighters who've come out of a crouch, as Banks is on occasion tonight, have caused confusion to many great fighters. Well, Clay can't be classified as a great fighter as yet. Let's see if they count that a knockdown. No. Banks was bothered by that punch, but Ruby Goldstein ruled it no knockdown. Now he hurt Clay again. Banks apparently has power in either hand. A minute to go in round two. Everybody's been looking for Banks' right hand. It's the left hand that he's causing the trouble with. There goes Banks down. That's a knockdown, all right. A flash knockdown, less like the one that floored Clay in round one. Mandatory 8 count. Now the knockdowns are even. 15 seconds to go in the round. Over. There's the bell. It's round three. And both have shown inexperience at times. Clay's had only 10 professional fights and Banks has had 12. Clay's leaving his hands a little bit low. That's understandable when Banks fights out of a crouch. Now Clay seems to be coming on a little bit. That's a long, sharp jab that Clay has. Turns it into a left hook on occasion. 2 minutes left in this round. Banks has suddenly become a mark for head punching. Staying there is Bill Faversham, one of 11 Louisville businessmen who managed Cassius Clay.1 minute to go in round three. Banks was roughed by that left hook. seconds to go in round 3. Hold everything. Ruby Goldstein is asking the commission physician, Dr. Alexander Schiff, to come in and take a look at Sonny Banks, who had took quite a going over from Cassius Clay in the last round. And let's see whether or not the doctor recommends that the bout be allowed to continue. Apparently he told Ruby Goldstein to allow it to continue up to a point. Round 4. Goldstein is stopping the fight, that's all. Sonny Banks wants to continue. Only a few seconds had elapsed here in the 4th round. A knockout for Cassius Clay, coming from behind after being floored in the 1st round. Here's Johnny Addy.
Referee stops the bout. The time, 26 seconds of the 4th round. Winner by a TKO, Cassius Clay.
Yes, that was my first time knocked down as a professional, and I had to get up to take care of things after that because it was rather embarrassing me on the floor. And as you know, I think that I'm the greatest, and I'm not supposed to be on the floor, so I had to get up and put him on out in 4 as I.
Машина часу повертає нас у рік 1962. Президент Франції Шарль де Голь оголосив про свій намір надати незалежність Алжиру, чим розлютив багатьох співвітчизників. Футбольний світ танцював у ритмах самби, бразильці виграли чемпіонат світу. Увагу світу боксу почав привертати молодий і талановитий Касіус Клей. Вундеркінд кинув виклик непереможному досі Біллі Деніелсу.
Це 10-раундовий бій проходив на арені Святого Миколи в Нью-Йорку. Рефері цього двобою Марк Кон розказав боксерам, що вони можуть робити в ринзі, що не можуть. Я думаю, що Мохаммеда Алі, тоді ще Касіуса Клея, всі знають в обличчя. Він зараз праворуч на ваших екранах, в білих шортах. Порхав він як метелик навколо своїх суперників. Ну і відповідно суперник в нього був непростий. Біллі Деніелс, 16 боїв, 16 перемог. Відповідно, у Касіуса Клея було 13 боїв, 13 перемог. Ну і дві, скажімо так, молоді надії Сполучених Штатів Америки зійшлися у цьому двобої. На зважуванні Біллі Деніелс показав 85 кілограмів 700 грамів, тоді як Мохаммед Алі 88 кілограмів 900 грамів.
It's a hot night in New York. The thermometer hit 99 this afternoon. Cooled off a little, but not a great deal, so it's pretty warm here in the St. Nick's under these ring lights. Bout is scheduled for 10 rounds.
Непогана зараз двійка пройшла від Мохаммеда Алі. Дуже швидкі руки були у Касіуса Клея. Трохи пізніше він змінив своє ім'я на Мохаммед Алі. Але даруйте мені, коли буду називати Касіуса його новим ім'ям. Все ж таки дуже часто називають його саме так, і просто вже звичка. Ну що, ми бачимо, що і у Деніелса швидкі руки, непогані удари. Зараз двійка пройшла в голову Касіуса.
Billy Daniels, the black trunks, Cassius Clay in white. Big heavyweight.
Доволі високі боксери, як для того часу. В Деніелса було 193 сантиметри. Відповідно, у Мохаммеда Алі 191 сантиметр. На час проведення цього двобою було 25 років Деніелсу, ну майже 25, через кілька місяців має виповнитись, тоді як Касіусу Клею було 20 років. Але все одно, навіть для 24-річного Деніелса цей вік є досить таким вагомим. Ще, скажімо так, це в суперважкому дивізіоні. Це вік для малюка 24 роки. Розквіт суперваговиків починається десь після 26-27 років. Таке враження, що більшість вболівальників, які прийшли на цей бій на арену Святого Миколи в Нью-Йорку, вболівали саме за Біллі Деніелса. Ну, в принципі, зрозуміло, тому що хлопець жив в Нью-Йорку, ну він досі там живе. Хоча народився він в Іст-Аркадії. Ну і зрозуміло, що більшість вболівальників саме була за Деніелса в цьому двобою. Ну я зараз дивлюсь список його боїв, які він проводив до цього. І всі вони були в Нью-Йорку. Більшість вони чергувались Медісон Сквер Гарден та арена Святого Миколи. Ну і просто добиває зараз Деніелс Мохаммеда Алі. Не виходить, скажімо так, в Мохаммеда порхати як метелик в цьому раунді. Не пропускався він ударів. Багато глядачів підвелися на ноги. І цього хлопця, який багато говорив, могли зараз провчити. Міг його провчити Біллі Деніелс. Їх співгромадянин, не знаю, земляк Біллі Деніелс. Ми бачимо зараз січка на брові в Деніелса, намагається він змахувати кров рукавичкою. Багато крові вже втратив Деніелс. Таке в боксі буває. Ну і вже зараз 7-й раунд. Бачимо, що збільшується гематома в Деніелса. Не пощастило йому з бровою в цьому двобою. Ну і відверто кажучи, той Касіус Клей, якого ми вже кілька разів бачили в рамках передачі KO TV Classic, абсолютно не схожий сам на себе.
Daniels fighting with the handicap of a cuts around his left eye, several of them.
Згадується ще його двобій з Соні Лістоном які ми вам показували. Тоді ще він бився під ім'ям Касіус Клей. І наскільки зросла майстерність Касіуса Клея в порівнянні з двобоєм з Деніелсом. Абсолютно рівний бій. Ну, принаймні, нічого особливого Касіус Клей нам не продемонстрував в цьому двобої. Набагато активнішим був Деніелс. Був раунд, який він просто в одну калитку виграв у свого візаві. Щось таке враження, що в Мохаммеда Алі не було такого особливого плану на цей бій. Ну, взагалі, хлопцю 20 років. І він же проводить 14-й поєдинок на професійному ринзі. Не можна було це не відзначити. Насправді, молодий вундеркінд. І ми бачимо, що рефері таки зупиняє цей двобій через січку брови в Деніелса. Я не знаю, чому саме в цю хвилину вирішив рефері втрутитись. Ну,
багато хто казав, що це був мій найкращий бій. Це так і є, і я це відчував теж. Мабуть, перетренувався перед боєм. Крім того, суперник у мене був дуже сильний, він не програвав 16 поєдинків поспіль. Ще й температура була за 30 вище нуля. Я був змучений, але це непогана підготовка до наступного бою. Скажіть щось про свій наступний. Мого наступного суперника звати Леворанті. Він третій претендент на титул. Я бачив його попередній бій, в якому він протримався цілих 10 раундів. Мій бій відбудеться за місяць у Лос-Анджелесі. У мене звичка робити прогнози перед своїми поєдинками. І от останнім часом я почав помилятися щодо своїх суперників. Думав, що Деніелс протримається лише 5 раундів, а він протримався на 2 довше. Про Леворанті я раніше казав, що він буде триматися 6 раундів. Тепер доведеться управлятися. Я буду готуватися до 8-раундового поєдинку. Леворанті таки впав, але не у 6-му раунді, як прогнозували, а у 5-му. Мине ще 10 років, коли першої поразки зазнає Касіус Клей, більше відомий під ім'ям Мохаммед Алі. Він стане кумиром всього 20-го століття. Біллі Деніелс до бою з Клеєм не програвав у 16 поєдинках, але після цієї поразки його кар'єра пішла вниз. До завершення кар'єри 77 року він виграє лише 7 боїв із 33.
Here's Clay entering the ring in Los Angeles, California. The good-looking young Clay tests the canvas. Here comes the marvelous gray-haired old man of boxing, Archie Moore, waving to the crowd, shaking hands with Cassius Clay. There's Kirk Douglas in the audience. And world heavyweight champion Sonny Liston takes a bow. Sonny walks across the ring to shake hands with Archie. A 43-year-old Archie Moore in black trunks moves across the ring to take on the dancing master Cassius Clay. Cassius has predicted that he will knock out ageless Archie in 4 rounds. All of the newspaper people are wondering whether Clay can make his prediction come true. Archie Moore has been a professional fighter since 1936. That makes this the 26th year Archie has been thrilling ring audiences all over the world. Archie holds the all-time knockout record, previously held by young Stribling. 106 professional fighters failed to go the limit with this sharp-punching Archie Moore, a record that seems to be completely out of reach of future professional fighters. Clay moving well, boxing sharply. The brilliant young Cassius Clay won the 1960 National AAU and National Golden Glove heavyweight titles. In addition, he also won the Olympic light heavyweight crown that same year. Since turning professional 2 years ago, Clay has had 15 fights, winning them all, 12 by knockout. Moore has a sneaky right hand that can take any fighter out of there with one punch. Clay has to be very careful. And there's the end of round one. In round two, Moore is going to have to attempt to corner the endlessly moving young Cassius Clay. Clay seems very confident, taking pot shots at Archie Moore. Moore covering up. Moore weighed in at 191 pounds this evening. That's much heavier than the normal weight that Archie fights at. Those are stinging punches by Clay. Archie won the light heavyweight championship in 1952, 10 years ago, when he took a unanimous 15-round decision from champion Joey Maxim in St. Louis. Archie has defended the light heavyweight title 8 times, of which 7 of the challengers were flattened before the finish. A barrage of ripping punches by Clay. And there's the end of round number 2. Cassius Clay in white trunks seems to have taken over here in round 3. Cassius is pot-shotting. Young Clay has waded right into the middle of the leading heavyweight contenders by flattening the highly ranked Alex Mitev. Also, 4th-ranked Willie Bezmenov failed to go the distance with Clay last year. At the tender age of 20, Cassius Clay is serving notice to heavyweight champion Sonny Liston that there's a new and exciting bolt of lightning in the heavyweight division. It's all Clay here in round 3. Cassius seems to be playing with Archie. Sharp, stinging punches rock Moore. Moore's in trouble. Clay pouring it on here in round 3. Cassius seems to have the fight in complete control. And there's the end of round 3, a big Clay round. And this is the stanza Clay has predicted that he'd knock out Archie. He's been right in all of his predictions prior to this fight. Can Clay do it here in round 4? Sharp, stinging punches by Cassius Clay. Clay looking for that opening. Moore pressing forward, trying to get in that one big punch to take Clay out of there. Ripping punches by Clay, and Moore goes down. Cassius raises his hands over his head. Courageously, Archie gets to his feet. Moore is sent to the canvas again by a barrage of punches. For the second time, Archie gets to his feet to face the inevitable. Ripping punches by Cassius Clay, and it's all over. Clay wins by a 4th round knockout, as predicted. It looks like this exciting 20-year-old is on his way to the heavyweight championship. This brilliant young heavyweight is serving notice to Sonny Liston that he thinks he's ready for a title shot, and here he tells the world. This contest will go into the record book as Archie Moore's last fight, bringing down the curtain on one of the most magnificent ring careers of all time.
Cassius Clay versus Doug Jones. Presented by William H. King Enterprises. Promoted by Madison Square Garden Boxing Incorporated. Tonight, Cassius Clay from Louisville, Kentucky, ranked as #2 challenger for Sonny Liston's heavyweight crown, clashes with the #3 ranked challenger, Doug Jones of New York City. This 10-round heavyweight elimination contest is coming to you direct from Madison Square Garden in New York. Ladies and gentlemen, it's standing room only at Madison Square Garden in New York City. But once again, the famous landmark has become the Mecca of boxing. There is one young man who has made this all possible. He is a 21-year-old heavyweight from Louisville, Kentucky, named Cassius Marcellus Clay. Tonight, he meets a native New Yorker and 26-year-old Doug Jones. At noon today, Cassius Clay weighed 202.5 pounds, Jones 188. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here is the 3rd-ranked heavyweight contender from New York City, Doug Jones. There he is. He is a profile in determination. A man that says very little, has fought a lot, decision. His last fight right here at the Garden, he knocked out Zora Foley. And the chair for Cassius Clay. Doug Jones is in the ring, and here is the rhyming prophet Cassius Clay. Look at him. He weighed 202.5 pounds.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call these two gentlemen in at the same time. All-time great heavyweight champions, retired heavyweight king, gentleman Gene Tunney, and the Manasseh Mauler Jack Dempsey. Jack Dempsey, Jack, me, Gene Tunney. Hi, Gene. Very nice. Wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, here are the ring officials assigned by the New York State Athletic Commission. The judges, Artie Idala and Frank Forbes. The timekeeper, Freddie Abatello. Counting for the knockdown, Zach Clayton. Referee for the main event, Joe Lo Scalzo. 10 rounds. Introducing from Louisville, Kentucky. He's wearing white trunks. He weighs 202.5 pounds. Cassius Clay. His opponent from New York City, wearing black trunks, he weighs 188, Doug Jones. Main event, 10 rounds.
Cassius Clay, Doug Jones, you have been briefed by the New York State Athletic Commissioner, General Krulwich. Are there any questions? Okay, touch gloves, return to your respective corners, and come out boxing at the sound of the bell. Good luck.
And here we go with a scheduled 10-round bout. The second-ranked heavyweight on the left, in white trunks, Cassius Clay. In the black trunks, waiting to come out, Doug Jones, who is ranked third. 14.5 pounds lighter, Jones in black. Cassius Clay is 3 inches taller. He's in the white trunks, 6'3". Watch his speedy left hand. He's got a beauty. And don't forget, should this bout end in a knockout, we'll have a videotape rerun of the round. You just saw one of Clay's habits, pulling away from punches instead of trying to slip them. This may cause him trouble. Jones in black, 188. Clay, 202.5, and there it is! A good solid punch. And just as we mentioned, pulling away from punches. We've got about 2 minutes to go in round one. Minute and 45 seconds, round one. A good left hook by Clay. About a minute to go. Round one. "45 seconds. There's that beautiful left jab by Cassius Clay. A glancing right hand. "10 seconds left in round one. Cassius Clay was definitely shaken up by a shot that caught him as he was backing away from a punch instead of trying to slip it, as we pointed out. He's talking to his trainer, Angelo Dundee. Jimmy Wild is on the outside of the ropes. Chicky Ferrara is to the right of Dundee. Clay, in marvelous condition at 202.5 pounds, is fighting a very determined Doug Jones. Jones caught one left hook that was Clay's big punch of round one. Jones has been knocked down previously. He is just off a 7th round knockout victory over Zora Foley. He's a boy that can take it. He's never been stopped, and the same is true of undefeated Clay. We get ready now for round two. Nearly 19,000 looking on at Madison Square Garden. Hope you're enjoying it. It's unusual for Clay to have as his only defense backing away from punches. Two minutes to go, round two. These are heavyweights punching with the speed of lightweights. About a minute to go in round two. Neither fighter is cut. Clay has never been cut in his boxing career. Jones several times. "30 seconds left in round two. The bell in 10 seconds. This is Chris Schenkel at ringside, Madison Square Garden, as we look at Doug Jones, born right here in New York City 26 years ago. And as you see, he is most certainly an orthodox fighter, very even-tempered, quiet, plods along, as you have seen, and he knows of Cassius Clay's one glaring fault, and consequently has been using that left hook off a jab. This is a boy that knows how to carry the fight to his opponent, and that's what he's been doing. His opponent, Cassius Clay, as we await the start of round 3, doesn't seem any the worse for a heavy punch that he took in the first round. He is off a third-round knockout over Charlie Powell. He has knocked out his last 9 opponents, most by prophesying the round. Tonight he has predicted round 4. Here's the third round of a scheduled 10. Cassius Clay, the favorite, despite the more experience of Doug Jones. Two minutes left, round 3. Clay now really using that left hand to advantage, keeping Jones off balance. Glancing punches, some picked off by Jones. Minutes ago in the third round. Good 1-2 by Clay. 45 seconds left in the round.